Hello Internet and YouTube, today is Teardown time. What I got here is one of those old camera modules for a Siemens phone. Back in those days where the cameras were not included into the camera body, they had those attachments attached to the bottom side of the phone to enable you to shoot low resolution photos. Even got a flash on there, small viewfinder, nothing too special. Here you see the model number, focus, and we're going to open this up. So let's see, we have two screws here on the bottom. Actually, this connector is some sort of, I don't know, serial interface or something. I don't think that there's a battery in there, so maybe it takes the power from the smartphone to operate. Oh, we'll see. Take those two screws out, and then let's try to take this apart. I actually bought this in a thrift store for 50 cents or something, euro cents. Back in those days I actually had one of those Siemens phones, even one with one of the first color screens. And as I can remember, those things were quite expensive. It was like an incredible amount of money for such a device. Yeah, so a bit of circuitry in there. Here we have the capacitor for the flashlight. So it's actually taking energy from the phone and storing it in this rather huge capacitor to operate the flashlight, which is like one of those, I don't know if you see them, natrium or something, or I have no idea. I'm not that into flashlights, but they take a actually pretty high amount of energy. It's just one big flash, which is all stored in this capacitor. Let's see if we can get this thing out. I can see a screw here. The camera model looks, we can see here, can we see a date code on this? I can see there's something like revision 1 or something. Revision 1, MB35SA power. What else we got on here? There's some smaller caps over here, ceramic caps with some regulators here. This could be some sort of voltage regulator. Some more voltage stuff over here. Pretty much everything related to power. This could be actually just the power supply unit. And also here the big cap for the flashlight power supply. Maybe this then indicates that this is the power board. We have a test point over here. Some other passive components like resistor. We have some shielding here on the connector. Let's see if we can get this screw out. Yeah, the viewfinder here is just a bit of plastic lens. Let's see if we can get this out without breaking it. Is there another screw? Oh, it's soldered over there. Maybe? Okay, I will pry this apart. I actually don't use it, so it's see if we can get this apart. Okay, I can see another screw hidden here. If you can see it, try to focus. Now, believe me, there's a screw here. Let's see if this does something. Okay, the whole assembly should now pop right out. Some other screws. Let's use a bit of force. More screws. I can't see any more screws. Okay, let's just rip it apart and see what we got in there. So, yeah, there was another screw mount here. Didn't see that. Doesn't matter. It's a two-board construction. The flashlight over here. Perhaps comes handy for later projects. Let's see if we can get this thing out. Yeah, Siemens did a pretty good job here but if we consider that most of the modern cameras are small modules and most of the processors doing all the work. Actually, look at this, there's some kind of processing going on here. Just looks like a SF0010. This looks like some kind of picture processing. You get a clock over here which says 42 megahertz or something. But this is definitely a picture processor. So what does this tell us? This is some kind of custom ROM, but I would say this is some kind of storage unit. Let's see if we can peel this off and see what's underneath there. Actually, it makes sense to have the camera module on the front side, the power board, and on the back the picture processing, like converting the raw data from the camera into JPEG or something, or storing the raw data here and waiting for the processor to process it, or processing first real time or something and then storing the finished picture in the chip and leave it there, and then the phone can access the pictures on here. I think integrated storage, considering that the smartphones at this time had like, I don't know, megabytes, 10 megabytes, 20 megabytes, something like that. So picture processing, the clock, picture processing, and some kind of advanced storage. Let's see if we can peel this off and have a look underneath here. What's hidden there? Okay, what's that? More labeling. Can we make something out? I tried to clean this up as good as possible. There are two stickers on there, one green one, so it could be firmware or something, but I would think this is some kind of storage. What does it say? I will try to clean this up a bit. 1 second. Let's Try to turn the light on a bit. Can I see something here? Wait a second, I have to check this. So I'm not able to read anything on this chip, but considering that this is a microprocessor or something, I would say it's like either storage or some kind of firmware EEPROM or something. But I would place my bet on storage. Processing data, then storing, and then the phone can access via serial interface or some kind of protocol to access memory in this camera module. Let's take this a bit further apart and see what's in there. Glue. Okay, let's see. Oh, there's the die on the other side, the camera module. Everything is soldered together. Okay, you can see here the connection to the 2, 4, 5 pins. Two of them, at least two of them, are for the power supply, and the other 3 could be data in, data return, some kind of testing probe or something. Status. Yep, we have 2 going to the power board. As you can see here, 2 of them are switching directly over to the power board on the front to charge the flashlight capacitor. And the other ones are some kind of serial interface stuff. I don't know how they access this. Okay, let's rip this apart, and we have the die here. Beautiful. It's actually ceramic pure die, and you can see the bond wires going directly from the die to the casing of the chip and then out there. That's rather beautiful. Look at this. We have a manufacturer here, Scanhex Revision 1, with some other kind of stuff here with shielding. Something on there. I can see Malaysia, made in Malaysia. Okay, die here, 1 chip here. Okay, I think the chip here on the back is part of is directly soldered. So actually maybe the position of the chip directly on the other side of the camera module. The board looks like, yeah, I don't know how many layers, 2 at least. Position shows that the chip is processing the data immediately in real time or something and storing it. Malaysia. If any indication what this could be, I would say this is some kind of EEPROM for the firmware. This could be a memory chip or the other way around, something like this. Memory and some kind of firmware for the camera to process or send the pictures with a serial interface. Some small voltage regulators over here, some kind of diode array here to protect the inputs. Some kind of voltage control chip here. Passive devices. Yeah. Not pretty sure. This chip had this serial number on it, so I would say that and two other stickers, one green one, another one. So there's actually something on there that has to be checked separately from the other functions. So this would lead me to the conclusion that this is, you see the rest of the two stickers on there, one yellow one, one green one. Maybe the other one means that it had been programmed, and the green one could show that it was checked, that the firmware is on there. So I say now firmware chip, and this is some kind of storage chip, and the pictures are processed by this fellow over here, and the clock for the chip. Let's focus. Clock, processing chip, firmware EEPROM, power stuff, voltage, and on the other side die, chip array, and some memory. Job done. What else do we have here? On the other side we have the power board. Processing power over here. That's rather nice design. Everything's included there. I think this is actually a full processing camera. Actually, if you could access this if you know the protocol, you could directly download it from the camera. It's actually full-blown digital camera that connects to the phone, and that's it. Has its own storage. Rather nice. Small form factor, but yeah, compared to modern mobile cameras, even smartphones, this is ancient. So I hope you liked this teardown video, and if you have any questions and comments, please leave them below. Thank you very much, and see you next time.